allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Commissioner Bill Perry, give us a word of prayer.
Father, we come to you this morning. Thank you for this great nation and this time, Lord. And we thank you for the season. We just ask you to be with us today as we make these decisions, Father, and give us wisdom and favor where we need it. We thank you for your Son, Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Miss Cindy, do we have a quorum?
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Yes, you do.
Thank you. Okay, this special meeting, main objective of it is for this first agenda, which is Resolution R-21-055, which is approval of Chaves County redistricting plan. So, gosh, I thought you ran off. So we have our demographer here today, and I'd like for him to, since we didn't have his presence here at our regular meeting, for him to give us some explanation to the new plans that we have, and I believe those plans are F and G. So if you can give us a description of both those plans, that would be great, Senator Adair. Please state your name and address for the record.
Rod Adair, 2606A Sherrill Lane, Roswell.
Thank you.
27-year resident of Roswell. Born in a log cabin in Hagerman.
And log cabin.
Lifetime here. And I apologize for missing last meeting. I did not have it in on my calendar for whatever reason, even though I had made a commitment to be there, and I apologize especially to Commissioners Bill Berry and Ezell, who I met with, and I want you to know I just spaced out on that deal. Let's look at plan, let's see, the plan under consideration was Plan E, F, and G, I believe it is. Let's look at Plan E. Yes, this has this one has District 1 in terms of deviation. Everything, of course, is within 5%, and Districts 2 and District 4 are right at the edge, but that's certainly acceptable. And District 1 is 74.6% Hispanic, District 2 65.4, District 4 61.1. I raise that because there has been from the legislature, I don't know if people were watching, but all of the Democrats, all of the Republicans and a number of Democrats objected to plans recently developed by the state legislature because of the reduction of Hispanic voting power, especially in southeastern New Mexico. And that made the Albuquerque Journal, Santa Fe New Mexican, Rio Rancho Observer, and other, and the Associated Press and so on. And Representative Miguel Garcia even ended up resigning his chairmanship of a committee over that issue. And Plan E gives District 3, of course, 3,203 square miles, the top half of the county, really, and keeps whole the what you might call the most rural, perhaps ranching area of the county, the district that is most represented by ranching interests. Although you have to say that, you know, districts 2 and 1 also have considerable holdings in that respect. Plan F let's see what that divides is that Plan F?
Yes.
Divides District 3 somewhat. Is this meeting online? I'm just wondering. Okay. Let me do a calculation here. Plan F then has Hispanic population of District 1 at 66.7, District 2 at 64.1, and District 4 at 62.5. So that lowers the Hispanic population in District 1 by 7.9 points, or that would be 10.6%, District 1. Although in all 3 plans, Hispanic share of the population is above 60 in all 3 plans. Plan G is an adjustment to Plan E in that it places all of both east and west Lake Arthur area into District 2. It leaves Hagerman-Dexter east side, where the actual municipalities are located, in District 1, where Representative Dana, who is a resident of Dexter, actually lives. But it does restore Lake Arthur on both sides of Lake, or both sides of the river, all the way to county line, to the Lincoln and Otero Eddy County lines, to District 2, and that places the Hispanic population in District 1 at 75.1, District 2 65.9, and District 3 61.9. It also, for all the plans were drawn based on trying to achieve, ensure that each commission district was within 5% of the ideal, and sometimes this had an effect on where the incumbent lived. But in Plan G, Commissioner Taylor is in District 4 in Plan G, and in some of the others, for population purposes, he was not. So I think you've had time to look at these for the last 10 days or so. So if there's any questions, or if you're going to go to public comment.
Well, I think since we have the maps up here now, and I know that was concern at our meeting that was expressed by someone who lives on Mark Road, unstriped and all that other good stuff. So we will open the floor for some public comments to these two new maps that you now have the opportunity to see. So if we have any comments from out there at Wrigley Field, do you have any comments?
Thank you,
Please state your name
Chairperson. I'm
and address
getting
for-
there. Rita Kane Dorhofer, very narrow, unstriped. My sign's been taken down, Mark Road. This is scary. Anyway, I'm looking at these maps here, and I've got G out, and that puts me now in Bilberry's district, correct? Correct? Out on Mark Road, second past Sycamore?
It appears that way.
And I'm in Plan F, and I see that I am still in Commissioner Ezell. And I'm looking at Plan E, and I can't find where I am on Plan E. I mean, it doesn't go out to Mark Road. I mean, I'm in the white area. Are they going to put me in Lincoln?
No, I'm going to imagine that you're in Commissioner Bilberry's on map E.
Okay, all right. But I didn't, that's why I'm up here, is because I couldn't find myself on Plan E.
Who is
And
your
I-
commissioner right now?
He's raising his hand. It's Commissioner Ezell, but I wanted to make crystal clear that it doesn't matter whose district I am in. I will call each and every one of you if I have a concern, and I always have. And I call the county manager because the county attorney doesn't give me his phone number, and I hate calling his wife. Thank you.
Would you like his phone number?
Yes, I would. I would like his personal, I mean, I can get it. I mean, I know people who know people that I can get it, but I'd rather call his wife.
Oh, I would too, so. Anybody else in the audience that would like to speak on these new maps or the old maps? Anybody else in the audience? Alfredo, do we have anybody out there online that? No? Going once, going twice. All right, we're going to close the comments. Commissioners, do you have any questions for our demographer, Senator Rod Adair?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, Senator Adair, I do have a question. Bill, did we get a hold of Frank Sanchez and send him this information?
He has this information. Yes, we talked about it after the last meeting, told him it would all be online and published. And I did not call him specifically after, but he should be aware of everything.
Senator Adair, the Plan F, the deviation on the Hispanic, where does that come from? Why? And we, you know, it's not in the other plans, so.
Let's look, could you pop up Plan F? Do you have one that shows maybe more the inner central part of the county? Okay, that would, lowering the Hispanicity statistic on Plan F from the 70s and 66.7 would be caused by the movement of the area it looks like just to the east of Goddard High School in there. What is that? Is that precinct 5 or 6? I can't
Precinct
remember.
5.
5. That precinct is probably only about 28 to 29, 30% Hispanic, and that. So if you put that into District 1, then that accounts for reducing the Hispanic population percentage in District 1. It's a largely Anglo area.
Okay, and the testimony that I wrote down from Frank Sanchez, because of the communities. Would this, I mean, just out of curiosity's sake, would this set up the county for a lawsuit because of the communities?
That I don't know. No one here, so not that is not that the information's not available, and that somebody might look at it. People are, I will say this, I come from San Juan County where the Navajo Nation put in a plan and have threatened a lawsuit there. I discussed the comments made at the recent redistricting session in the legislature. Whether I doubt that they have much of a case there, actually, but they may have a case in San Juan County. Here, with regard to just Chaves County, you would be lowering both the voting population and the overall Hispanic population in District 1. So, could someone make a case out of that? I've appeared in 7 trials now, but never as an attorney, largely because I'm not one, only as a witness. And so what attorneys decide in that regard, and interested parties decide constitute grounds, I can't really speak to that, but in answer to your question, it does lower the population, and people have sued based on that before.
Mr. Chairman and Senator Adair, Plan F, what is the reasoning for Plan F? Why was that even submitted? What's the premise of it?
Plan F did come about as in meeting with Commissioners Ezell and Bilberry to see, the question came up, what could be done that's just maybe a simple move here or there from the plan we were working from, which may have been, maybe it was the current array of the districts. And in using the Maptitude program, I found a bordering precinct, which is the one earlier reference in answer to the question of why would the percentage go down. As I recall, that is, I clicked on that, and the The deviations stayed within the allowable deviation. District 1 went all the way up to 4.7%. And District 3, from which it came, went to minus 2.2%, so all that worked out. And that satisfied the requirement of having perhaps the least change necessary, moving one precinct into District 1 to make the population come out even among the 5 districts. So that was my role with regard to the interests of why that was a desirable thing. I would leave it to other commissioners to answer that. I don't speak to motivations or goals.
Mr. Chairman, Senator Adair, I know Commissioner Ezell had asked, what is the current setup? What is the current for District 1 through 5 on?
Currently,
What was brought up?
Currently, District 1, without changing anything, of course, oddly enough, there was only one district that was out of deviation, requiring redistricting in 2021. And currently, the Hispanic population of District 1 is 68.9, District 2 64.1, District 3 62.5.
What about 4 and 5?
4 and District 3 and 5, I think you mean. District 3 is 38.2 and 5 is 52.0. Again, 1 is 68.9, 2 is 64.1, 3 is 38.2, 4 is 62.5, and 5 is 52.0.
So, Mr. Chairman, Senator Adair, those stay the same. The only one that deviates is District 1.
Yeah, there were minor ones in the hundredths of a percent, and for these, I think they remain the same because for the displays, I have the program set to round to the nearest tenth. So there were changes at the hundredths of percent level, but only between Districts 1 and District 3.
So we moved, Plan F, we moved a northern Roswell precinct into,
Plan F does move an area traditionally seen as part of North Roswell into District 1, which has been traditionally an eastern and southeastern Chaves County district, largely rural. And Plan F does move a purely urban North Roswell precinct into that. That's true.
Mr. Chairman, Senator Adair, in Plan G, what came about in Plan G?
Plan G, I drew in listening to the concerns of commissioners, and especially with regard to concerns about perhaps Lake Arthur. Plan G moves Lake Arthur and its environs back into District 2. But other than that, things are pretty much the same with regard to Plan E with Plan G, except District 1, which is Commissioner Dana, whose residence is Dexter. She would have Dexter and Hagerman, but but Plan G, Lake Arthur would remain in District 2.
So Plan G keeps,
I did that because you had expressed concerns, other commissioners expressed concerns, the community expressed concerns about a representative who actually, a commissioner who actually lives in the valley, so-called. I mean, all of this is the Pecos Valley, but those of us who were born in, who are actually from Hagerman, Dexter, Lake Arthur, we always called ourselves the valley, whereas Roswell is Roswell, even though Roswell is in the valley. The valley goes from, Las Vegas to the Texas line, where it abruptly ends and turns into chaos.
Senator Adair, a couple of questions, okay? I know one of the things that we have to pay attention to is we do redistricting. Is there any substantial movement from 10 years ago, and what is it look like from the census where population growth is going here in Chaves County? Is it going north? Is it going down in the valley? I know we have a lot of growth that's going out to the east of Roswell, but then we have a lot of growth that's going on to the west of Roswell, also out in the county. So, in looking at, I mean, I don't know if that plays into part of the program as to what that growth has looked like over the last 10 years. Do you have any type of figures or what it appears that growth is going to happen? Because that's something that we really need to pay attention to for this redistricting as to what it's going to look, what Chaves County is going to look like over the next 10 years.
Well, Mr. Chairman, that is a great question, and it's come up before. As a matter of fact, I had one county manager tell me that thanks for the plans. You don't need to come back. We're going to go ahead and move certain precinct over into this, and we're going to draw our own our next plan. And I said, well, if you move that precinct, that certain district is now 20% above deviation. He goes, yeah, and okay, that doesn't surprise me, but there's going to be, that's where the growth is going to be, and that's what we have to look at. And I said, well, you can't do that.
Right.
Plus, I mean, I grew up in this area, and this is a southeastern New Mexico entity, and I said, I'm not from the industry, but oil and gas related counties have boom and bust, and for people to try to say that the population in 2030 is going to be such and such because of some real estate development in a certain part of the county, I said, it's not a fool's errand, but it's dangerous because you may not have, I told him that I work with Sandoval County and Socorro County. Both of them, with the Census Bureau, have these enormous, Sandoval County out west of Rio Rancho, if you look on the data I have, has huge numbers of streets. If you go out there and look around, it's just desert countryside. There's not even a dirt road, let alone a paved one. Same thing in the north end of Socorro County. So the answer to your question, which is a very good one, is that redistricting is really, I'm not playing a lawyer here, but I've heard a lot of testimony. Redistricting is about what is today. And it's about what the population was, according to the Census Bureau, on the 1st of April, 2020. And you redistrict according to that. And you can't really forecast anything because no one really knows what's going to happen. Not even the Census Bureau, which I worked for, proud to say, for 6 months, and which is, a genius organization. They don't know what's going to happen, and neither do the people who are in the business of making money, you know. I've heard some real estate developers who have ended up going broke. It's a rumor, but sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. And
Well, and I would tell you that part of that question comes from the redistricting in Bernalillo County, and they were trying to push because they were going to be doing this big deal out there, and it didn't quite go the way that the Santellis or whoever, or that elected official wanted it to have representation just out in that particular area.
there isn't robust growth in Chaves County to start with. Like, what was the difference? Like a couple of hundred people.
Right.
Sadly, Hagerman, for the first time since the 1940, I think, fell below 1,000 people. So when I was born there, it had more people than the 957 it says it has today.
So the second question, and you weren't, so you weren't at the meeting, and I'm not trying to, but Mr. Sanchez was here, and you did do the redistricting for Chaves County for the map that we currently have, yes?
Yes, I did.
Okay, well, I wasn't here for that, but Mr. Sanchez said that he did not like what our current maps look like, and I'm not really sure. But, so I've had conversations with others, and it was that he didn't have a problem then, so I don't know. I'm just asking, so I'm just wondering, he's not here today. I'm surprised he's not here today because this is something that he is passionate about. So, that's just your memory recollection that he was in opposition to our current, and looking at the expression on your face, it doesn't appear that there was any opposition to it.
There was none, and Mr. Chairman, thank you for that. I did, not only did I do that one, I did the one before that. So I drew the plans in 2001 and in 2011, and Mr. Sanchez was in support of both of those, both of you. He had no objections. With regard to the district mostly being discussed, which is 1 and 2, I think it's because in each of those years, the Hispanic population in each of those districts was made larger each time as a percentage of each of those districts. And that's the reason he was asked specifically, my recollection is he was asked specifically in both 2001 and 2011, and he supported the plans.
Well, I'll ask everybody here. That was the impression I got from Mr. Sanchez in our last meeting, that he was in opposition to the last.
Which is odd, because Mr. Sanchez he will go to court, and as he spoke, I believe, accurately about his actions in the 1980s, he was a key person in moving us from a 3-person commission to a 5-person commission, and in the very first redistricting, which resulted in District 1 being represented by, if I remember correctly, Mr. Joe Velasquez, who was he may have owned a business in the southeastern part of Roswell.
Well, I would say that if my memory serves me, that he probably played a part in the having to district our magistrate judges here in Chaves County and in probably 4 or 5 other counties in the state.
He definitely did, and I was involved in that as well, and he prevailed in that. In Chaves County, going with 2 magistrate judges and drawing districts for them, I remember making the argument that magistrates are not actually representatives of people. You don't say, well, I have a legal problem, let me go to this magistrate and he'll advocate on my behalf, like you would do with the county commissioner, which is to treating magistrates as county commissioners sort of as if they were representatives as opposed to people who are applying the law to cases before them, I thought was a terrible idea, but that didn't impress the court, and that resulted in districts that were drawn in 1998 and have never been changed, by the way. Those precincts that are part of Magistrate Division 1 and 2 in Chaves County, and where he also prevailed in Eddy County, Magistrate Divisions 1, 2, and 3 remain exactly the same as they were 23 years ago. There is not this trail of case law about judicial districts, and I don't know why that's the case, but those are not updated every 10 years as your state representative, state senator, Congress, county commission, city council, school boards have to be. Why that's the case, I don't know. In San Juan County, similar suits resulted in 5 divisions, and those have never been updated.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Zell.
Mr. Adair, from what you just told us, which is responsive to what we asked 2 meetings ago, what we have right now, there are 4 districts that are Hispanic majority. And in the plans that are before us, A and F have 4 districts that are Hispanic majority. The other plans only have 3 districts that are Hispanic majority. Is there, in your opinion, does that matter? The county is 56 point whatever % Hispanic. Does it matter whether there are 3 or 4?
Whether there's 3 or 4, I would think that there's no real case for that, because 56% times 5
Yeah.
is, not going to give you more than 3. What's more important is what is the voting power and potential voting power in certain districts. That's what they would base any kind of challenge on.
Is there any public comment at all, or other than Rita? Well, no, you've already gone.
Well, she's had the opportunity to hear more.
And I apologize for not using Maptitude to pinpoint Ms. Kane Dorhofer's exact address in each of these plans.
You should have put a star.
If I draw another one, it will be there.
Rita Kane Dorhofer, very narrow unstriped Mark Road. I thought at the last meeting, the consensus of the commissioners was leave the maps the way they were and move district or precinct 15 to a different one. Isn't that what the consensus was? Okay, maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I wasn't paying attention back there. But that's what I thought, that if it's not broke, don't fix it. You don't have to fix it. And I think there was only one precinct that was different. I'm mistaken?
No, you're not mistaken.
Oh, well,
You're not,
It's precinct 5, not 15.
okay, well, I know it was in the city, and I'm not in the city. Is that up for grabs here?
That's Plan F.
That's Plan F. And it's keeping everybody the way they were except for that one precinct. And we were moving it from
3 to 1.
3 to 1. So what's wrong with that one?
so let me just interject real quick. I think the consensus that we had at our last meeting was that we wanted to make sure that we got the redistricting right.
Right.
And that was one of the big things that we talked about that we thought would be right, but when it comes right down to it, at the end of today, there won't be another meeting for redistricting. Today,
No.
that decision will be made, and you will have a majority vote on decision for whatever map it is that we do. The consensus is that we get it done right and do it right this time, and that was the consensus in my mind from the last meeting. Not that we decided that we were going to do one thing or the other, is that we needed to have that information so that we could make the best decision for Chaves County.
And I agree with that. Thank you.
Any other comments out there in social media, Facebook, wherever we're sending this out to? Okay. Commissioners, any other questions for Senator Adair?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Dana?
I'd like to move that we adopt Plan G.
Is there a second? That motion fails for not having a second.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Zell?
when you look at redistricting, the criteria are equal population, obviously, compactness, contiguity, preservation of existing political communities, and above all, fairness, both racial and otherwise. We've had a plan in place for the last decade, and as Commissioner Bilberry pointed out, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The voters are the ones who should decide who their elected officials are, not the people that prepare plans, not the governing bodies that adopt plans. Despite what we've seen in Santa Fe and a little bit in the city of Roswell recently, redistricting should not be about preventing some individual from running, allowing some individual to run in a particular district. It should be following the criteria that the law states. And so considering that, and considering the fact that what we had certainly worked for the last decade, and the fix is so simple by moving one precinct, then I move we adopt Plan F.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Zell and a second by Commissioner Taylor to adopt Map F for redistricting of Chaves County for the next 10 years. Any further questions or discussions on this? Seeing none, Ms. Cindy will do a roll call vote on this.
Commissioner Taylor?
Yes.
Commissioner Dana?
No.
Commissioner Ezell?
Yes.
Commissioner Bilberry?
Yes.
And Commissioner Cavan?
Yes. So map F will be the new redistricting for Chaves County by a 4-1 roll call vote. We need to make any other statements on this? Nope. Okay. Agenda item number 2, Resolution R-21061. Bear with Williams.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, Resolution R-21-061 will allow Chaves County to enter into the settlement agreements with McKesson Corporation, Cardinal Health Incorporated, Amerisource, Bergen Corporation, Johnson & Johnson, Ortho McNeil Janssen Pharmaceuticals, and Janssen Pharmaceutical, Inc. to resolve pending litigation regarding the opioid litigation, MDL 2804, and authorizing Chaves County Manager to execute on behalf of the county all the documents necessary to effectuate the county's participation in the settlement agreements. Staff recommends approval. Stand for questions.
Commissioners, any questions for Bill?
Mr. Chairman, I recommend approval of Resolution R-21-061, resolution to join other New Mexico counties in the opioid settlement.
Is there a second?
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Bilberry and a second by Commissioner Zell to approve Agenda Item 2, Resolution R-21-061, is the resolution to join other New Mexico counties in the opioid settlement. Any further questions or discussions on it? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Passes unanimously. All right. You stuck around, so unscheduled communications limited to 3 minutes per visitor, not to exceed 15 minutes. No formal action will be taken by the commission. Come on down, Ms. Charlotte. Please state your name and address for the record.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Charlotte Andrade, Chaves County Treasurer, 3402 Highland Road. And I just want to give you a brief update. You know, we did have the delayed tax bill this year. And as of today, we are 41% collected, which is outstanding.
What percent?
41?
41%.
Okay.
Yes, out of our 37.5 tax roll for this year, we've collected 15 million to date. And that is exceptional. Well, we did have the delay. We did have a few bumps, you know, a few obstacles coming in. But if we compare this to the past 2 years, we are running about 16% above our collection rate for last year and the prior year. I just wanted to give you that update. My staff has been working diligently on making sure that we have all of our payments posted. We have received volumes of mail. We've been taking our Sunday afternoons to come in and make sure that we have all of that posted so that we can, you know, get those distributions out in the next month or two. And just wanted to give, you know, kudos to my staff for doing such a great job this year on doing the property tax collections. I know that you've seen lines throughout the building on a consistent basis, so just wanted to let you know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate all you guys do in taking care of the county. It's all part of one big family, so thank you. No? Okay. Dr. Powell, you have, all right. Mike Harrington?
Nope, just want to wish you a happy
All right, anybody out there in Facebook, out on social media that's watching the meeting that has any comments? No? All right. Bill Williams.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, I just want to remind everyone that the January meeting will be on January the 13th, 2021. We're moving it forward 1 week because of the New Mexico Legislative Conference of New Mexico Counties. That's all I have. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everyone.
And what are the dates of the Association of Counties stuff?
Starts like the 18th. It starts on the Tuesday
Yeah.
after Martin Luther King Day, the same day that the legislature starts.
Okay.
You ought to know that date.
Thank you.
Third Tuesday of January.
Yes. All right. Commissioner Taylor, good to have you back from Florida. Glad you made it in late last night and for the meeting today.
It was a long day in the Dallas airport. It's glad to be back. 12 hours in Dallas in the airport is kind of boring. But anyways, I'd just like to say I think we've accomplished what we needed with the redistricting. I think it's a good plan. But I want to take this opportunity to wish everybody a blessed and happy new year and hope that 2022 is a much better year than the last 2 years have been.
I would concur with that. Commissioner Dana?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I agree. The last 2 years have been a challenge. The last 2 weeks have been a challenge for me. But so nice to be back in the land of the living. This has been a rough few weeks. And thank you to my neighbor, Cindy, for the chicken soup. That did help. People were leaving me soup in my mailbox, so I can run out there and grab it. So thank you very much. But Happy New Year. Hopefully the best and happiest of 2022. Let's make it a great year. It'll be an important year. We do have elections coming up. Cindy? It'll be a very, very, very busy election year. So thank you to your staff and everything that they do for us. And thank you, Sheriff, for everything you've done. You've been busy too.
Yes.
So, and Charlotte, that's wonderful news. Wonderful. I guess I need to go down to your office and see you in a few minutes. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner Dana. Commissioner Zell?
I just want to say thank you to everybody that has made the county work so well this year, despite the obvious challenges. And I hope everybody has a safe new year and a prosperous 2022.
Thank you, Commissioner Zell. Commissioner Bilberry?
Yeah, just reflect what everyone's comment. Commissioner Darrow, really glad you're feeling better. I was worried about you. But anyway, everyone, a happy new year, and remember what's for dinner? Beef.
Yes. I'm all about the beef.
Every day.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Bilberry. I just echo everything that the other commissioners have said. It's been a tough 2 years, and hopefully 2022 is going to be more. I shouldn't say more easier, but hopefully life is going to get a lot easier. Get past COVID stuff, which I'm not sure that's going to happen, but I think everybody needs to do their due diligence and do what they feel is necessary to protect themselves and their families, whether it's vaccinations or wearing masks or whatever other protocol that anybody takes to protect themselves from accidents, COVID, anything else. I mean, it's all personal choices that you make to make a difference for yourself and your families. Everybody here within Chaves County, we make an amazing family. I say this every meeting because that's what it's all about. We do a great job for our folks here in Chaves County, and I appreciate everything everybody does. And Mike, you guys be safe out there. I know we've got a lot of criminal activity that's going on, and you guys are doing the best you can. And unfortunately, our legal and judicial system is not doing their part, and so we have a revolving door of people that are in and out, and you guys just have to keep doing the best you can, and hopefully somewhere along the line some common sense will come into play with folks. With that being said, Dr. Powell, thank you for being here. Ms. Rita, thank you for always looking out for Chaves County and doing what you do for us. Senator Dara, thank you. It's a great job. You gave us a lot of great options for our redistricting, and I think we settled on a good one for the next 10 years for Chaves County. And with that being said, God bless this great nation and this state and Chaves County, and everybody have a happy new year, and we are going to adjourn our last meeting for 2021 for the Chaves County Board of Commissioners. So thank you, everybody. Be safe.